Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of TEW 2020 here with WCW 2003 as we continue on the road to WCW Bash at the Beach 2003. And as I noted in the mid-year review show, there is some mid-year awards going on for this series, so go ahead and click the Survey Monkey link below, and if you've been following along for whatever time, go and do some voting, and, let me know what you're thinking. But let's move on to Nitro, live from Phoenix, Arizona, so let's get rolling. So we start the show with a pre-show match where in an abysmal pre-show match, Gail Kim and Lexi James defeated Beth Phoenix and Natty Neidhart in 10-18 when Gail Kim pinned Natty. This got a 54 overall. Natty got a 31 because she's a developmental wrestler. Beth got a 44, Lexi got a 54, and Gail Kim got a 53. And then we move on to our pre-show six-man, where in a pre-show match that had decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Shane Douglas, Lestat, and James Storm defeated Blitzkrieg, Dustin Rhodes, and Yang in 14:41 when Lestat pinned Yang with an impaler. This got a 73 overall, Yang got a 54, Dustin got a 64, Blitzkrieg got a 58, James Storm got a 66, Lestat got a 65, and Shane Douglas got a 78. So good stuff. And yeah, we got 13,000 people here at the Arizona Veterans Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. So you go on to the opening show, which gets a 78, and basically it's just a cold open that shows Goldberg and Mesias fighting in the backstage area, where various officials are trying to break them off each other, but they keep on breaking free and going after each other over and over again. And this gets a 78. Decided to start with something a little different than a standard promo, so there you go. And then we have announcers hyping the main event, which is going to be Sean O'Haire and Booker T teaming up to take on Morningstar and Vampiro. And this gets a 73 because it's just based on overness, and it's a short 2-minute thing, so there you go. And then we have a freestyle statement where Jamie Noble comes out with his tag partner, Chavo Guerrero, and Jason Jett comes out with a partner, Paul London comes out with a partner, and it's going to be Jason Jett, and this gets a 50. Because last week, remember, they wanted a tag match. Jamie Noble and Paul London did, and now they have some partners. So, in a bout that is subpar wrestling and little heat, Jamie Noble and Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeated Paul London and Jason Jett in 9:44 when Jamie Noble pinned Paul London with a diving leg drop. Paul London carrying things in team of in-ring performance. This gets a 69, Jett gets a 59, London gets a 71, Chavo gets a 59, and Noble gets a 57. Noble's getting better as his gimmick. And this is just, back and forth cruiserweight style match. Noble sneaks in, hits the big move, and gets the pinfall victory over the Cruiserweight Champion a couple weeks before his title match. Should I officially make that? Let's see here. No, okay. So let's actually pre-book this real quick. So we got Paul London versus Jamie Noble for the Cruiserweight title. And also, let's pre-book a couple other matches that we know are already happening. So we got Vampiro versus Sean O'Haire. The world title on the line. And let's see here, I think that's done as far as official matches. Other stuff, as it comes up, we'll figure it out. So we move on with Noble and Chavo celebrating, which gets a 55. Then we go backstage where Angel Fox is doing a promo with Jeremy Barrage where she says, Lexi James, is a talented wrestler, and she calls herself the Queen Bitch of World Championship Wrestling. But, I just want to fight and go out there for the fans, and that's why I'm glad that WC officials have granted me a title shot at that Bash at the Beach, and that's why I'm happy that in California I'm going to become the next women's champion. This gets a 54, solid stuff, and we officially have that match as well. Where Lexi James will take on Angel Fox with the women's world title on the line. Alright, there we go. Then we go backstage where Storm and Awesome are leaving Bischoff's office, and Bischoff comes out and says, look, I'm sorry guys, it's a 2-hour show. Everybody can't be on TV every week. You're both talented guys, but you gotta go out there and do something for yourselves. I just can't say, hey, these are good wrestlers, they get a shot. Otherwise, that's the whole roster. That's why you're in World Championship Wrestling, because you're good workers. But you gotta make an impact. So Torben Austin look at each other and nod and then leave. This gets a 70. So I wonder what they're going to do. Then we have a match in a bout that had subpar wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The Silver City Rollers defeated Hart Legacy in 8:14 when Cash pinned Jack Evans with a dead level after Amber O'Neal interferes. So Amber O'Neal does a distraction. Cash is able to get the big victory over Evans. Like I said, this gets a 69. Evans gets a 62. Teddy gets a 60. Cash gets a 69. And Reno gets a 63. Hart seemed off his game. Teddy Hart and Natty are a good pairing, but Jack Evans and Natty are not so much. And then we have a freestyle segment where Natty goes after Amber, and they get into a little cat fight / regular fight. And then Hart Legacy are able to hit some flips on Reno and Cash on the outside, and this gets a 60. And then we have where Goldberg is in the trainer's room, but Mesias comes in and attacks him and throws him against the lockers and gets him some big moves in before again WCW officials break things apart, and this gets a 71. Then we have a backstage segment, which is kind of a mess. But where basically we have a freestyle segment where Kidman and April run into Palumbo, make fun, basically, first they argue over like who's the real future of World Championship Wrestling, because, Kidman says he got a win over Diamond Dallas Page, and Palumbo's like, I goes over his victories, but, Kidman's like, you lost to Helms and you lost your girl, come on. I've got the hottest woman in WCW on my side, and I just beated a former world champion. Well, you're falling to super kicks from guys who were stuck in the cruiserweight division forever. So, a little argument, but, Kidman then walks away, and that gets a 64. And Kidman's gimmick is getting stale, so that's something. Not our best promo, but, stuff happens. Then we go into the ring. We're in an extremely short match. Gigantes defeated Conan in 5:17 by pinfall at the chokeslam. This only gets a 46. Conan gets a 61. Gigantes gets a 56. But yeah, this is just a straight up squash for Gigantes. And then Gigantes kills Conan, but Dustin Rhodes comes out and makes a save, so he throws in a few punches. And Gigantes is the big man, over the top rope sell. And then there's a stare down between Gigantes and Dustin. And this gets a 59. Then we have a backstage segment where Air Raid and Jindrak Stasiak are both in Bischoff's office, and they're making their arguments why they deserve the next title shot. When, after a few minutes of arguing and Dawn Marie in the background looking like Dawn Marie, Bischoff's like, okay, fine. Here's something interesting. Next week, AJ Styles versus Mark Jindrak. Winner, his team gets a title shot at Bash at Beach. But Jerry Lawler will be the special referee. Both teams aren't the happiest at that, but there you go. And this gets a 72. Jindrak, everybody does pretty well, and there you go. And then we have, this is a lot better than I thought it would be. Okay, that's interesting. Kidman does a promo where he comes up into the boos of the crowd, and he's basically like, there are a lot of people out there saying they're the future of World Championship Wrestling. There are a lot of people who think they're the present. But at the end of the day, here's reality. I'm a former United States champion. I'm the only one who's ran a former world champion out of this company. Have fun, Dallas, over on Raw. Ooh, shoot promo. But, here's reality. I've been biting, clawing, and scratching in this company for years. But once I changed the way I did things, now I'm heading to the top, and there's nothing you guys can do about it. So somebody get out here, because after I won at the Bash, WC officials didn't give me a damn match last week, so I want a match right now. So RVD's music hits. He's like, come on, dude, don't be cool, don't be like that. You wanted a match, all you had to do was ask somebody, and I would have had a match, but tonight I'll be happy to kick your ass, and then the match is on. So this gets a 94. And then we're on to the actual match, which gets a 77. Okay, so this was probably a little long for these guys, but in a battle that had superb wrestling and great heat, Rob Van Dam defeated Billy Kidman in 1917 by pinfall, the 5-star Frog Splash. Kidman got an 86, RVD got a 92. Yeah, there's definitely lack of psychology, so this is probably a little long. Let's see here. Let me see officially what's the Saving was rated for lack of psychology. Okay, and lack of... Oh, I forgot to... Okay, stuff happens. What can you do? But still, solid match. Solid, sloppy, spot fet, but really good match still. And then RVD is celebrating his win. When out of nowhere, Lance Storm comes into the ring, and just blasts him with a super kick and then walks away, yelling about making an impact. So that gets a 70. And then there's a backstage promo with O'Haire and Booker T. O'Haire says, "Last night I just began shocking the Deadpool, and I'm going to begin it tonight. Vampiro, Morningstar, you're on notice that along with Booker T, we're going to take the battle to you." Booker's like, "Sicka, I got a man. He's not afraid to kick a little ass. And I'm not afraid either. So, when you got the future of WCW and a five-time world champion, there's nothing your scary asses can do about it." Okay, this gets a 78. Not bad at all. Then we're off to the main event, which gets a... Oh, wait. Oops, sorry. Backstage, Flair and Canyon. And this is a sort of quick promo where they basically hit their spots. And then he challenged Alex Wright and Ray Jr. for next week. And this gets a 76. And then we have our main event, where in an exceptional match, Sean O'Haire and Booker T defeat Vampiro and Morningstar in 1552 when O'Haire pins Vampiro with the Widowmaker. So just, matches break down, but right in the middle of the ring, O'Haire is able to hit the Widowmaker and get the 1-2-3 over the World Heavyweight Champion. Morningstar gets an 86, Vampiro gets a 90, Booker T gets an 88, and O'Haire gets a 90 as well. Show ends with a 91 segment where basically babyfaces are celebrating, and Mesias comes out to sort of attack them from behind, but then Goldberg gets them from behind, and they continue their fight, all while the babyfaces and heels have a stare down. So overall, we're looking at a 86. Okay. So honestly, not our best show, but still, an 86 is pretty damn good considering, we had a semi-main event because of psychology, and we didn't have we didn't have any other blockbuster 8-minute talking angles that get a 95. Well, we had that Kidman DDP's thing, which honestly was a lot better than I thought. But yeah, solid stuff. So let's see what Raw did. Raw. Okay, so we had 85. TNA defeat the Outcast. KO defeat Craig Valentine. Steve Austin beat down Eddie Guerrero. DDP made his debut, getting 65. Trish Stratus defeated Taylor Matheny in a cage match. Shawn Michaels defeated Rod Waterman. Skull defeated Eddie Guerrero. Yikes. Chris Guerrero defeated Billy Gunn. Triple H defeated Randy Orton in a dog collar match. And Big Show defeated Scott Hall by DQ. Okay. So, yeah, we still beat them by a point. Unfortunately, we got a 189 TV rating. They got a 2.34. So, and if you look at the big on. So yeah. And if we look at the news, yeah. Okay, so this is the same thing. Booker of AJPW is still available. And so yeah, nothing else is really going on here. Yeah, so let's see here. Independent Wrestling from Montreal. Paul Diamond, Mikey Replik, and Carl Wood defeated Ash, Abaddon, and Moondog Manson. Not the Abaddon from AEW, obviously. Kevin Steen defeated Gene Swan. Okay. Scott D'Amore defeated Naoshi Sano. Any other superstars randomly on the show? Apple Mayuki? What is Apple Mayuki doing on... Okay. That's weird. That she's now in Canada? Okay. And Chantel Taylor, who's 17. Okay, that's interesting. Sorry, got a little distracted by weird stuff going on in the game. But regardless, like I said at the start, we do have the mid-year awards, which, we really would like people to vote in. So, like I said, follow the SurveyMonkey link at the bottom, in the sort of notes of the video there. And, go to give this little video a like if you're enjoying it. Comment below on what you're liking and not liking, and subscribe to this channel for lots of TEW 2020 content, including this series, MLW 2004 Ruthless Aggression, Women's Wrestling starting 2010, My Local Global and the Cornellverse, and WCW 1993 without Eric Bischoff. But that's all for now, so talk to you later, and adios.